Bear. So that, I mean, maybe these guys meet there and it's like, all right, let's go again.
Yeah. Let me just hop on over. Names. Go.
It is the same group and it's the same opponent. So to me, this looks like a rematch.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the OC timer on mouse here, it's 1 minute 55 remaining.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So this fight could have literally been going on this whole entire time. Because, you know, I believe both sides do have homes nearby. Or if they're coming from the city, it's only a couple maps away.
Is there something to fight over here?
No, I think they're just, you know, scrapping it out.
Yeah. All right.
And this like small scale content is really fun to watch. You know, we started off the show. It was a 1 versus 1 versus 1 with these guys. And now we're going to be ending the war report section with these guys still going in a 1 versus 1. But yeah, look at the impact that Great Arcane has on this small scale content. You know, like all it takes is one decent Great Arcane player and there's no damage coming out on these clumps whatsoever. Delayed DPS does connect, and bears do lose 1, potentially 2 here. I'm looking at woods on the western side of my map. Robe of Purity pop there. They are silenced. They are still clumped here. Surprised. There you go. Mouse was looking for it, but he gets interrupted by the wind wall. The air compress did connect, but the DPS just wasn't there. And the kiting continues here for bears. Bears will have their cooldowns up, ready to go. They do drop multiple inertia rings and slows. There comes that bedrock mace once again, interrupting that engagement. Stuns after slows, after stuns at the moment. Massive air compress. Ooh,
They made
good
it
guard
up,
rune
yeah.
coming down. Yeah, the guard rune placement there underneath that clump made sure that Mouse couldn't follow up. So what they're playing here for Cheer is the air compress into the Hand of Justice, but Mouse just lost his Hand of Justice to
no.
overcharge breaking. So I
Oh no.
not great.
I can help you with the Judy armor now and the Knight helmet.
Just pointing at the clumps that he wants to make now. They still have the air compress, I believe. And considering that OC just broke and these guys are still fighting, I would say this is not friendly. Else it would have been called by now, I think. And bears do have more members returning here. Mouse popping a sprint to the northeast. I think it's just him leaving. Maybe he's going to go check the bank right there to see if anything's in motion. I'll find us a new POV real quick. I do have one, albeit a very long name. I think that's spelt correctly there, Bogle. I'll double check real quick. It is.
Wow, first try?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
We're on Chenny. Hun?
Yeah, Kan Machani or something, yeah.
Yeah, we're on Cheer. Massive air compress. But look at that. Defensives were down. The boys stay alive. And now Bear's looking to strike back. All it takes is one swing of the Bear Claw. The opening is going to be there, but...
What a momentum change. They... It looked like, oh my god, this is over. And then that super defense, and then you push back, and now they do you think they feel like they overextended now? It's like, oh shit. Ooh, another one.
Yeah, Bear's overextended. Western side gets pounded, and that's 3 members down for Bear, and that's a huge loss in this very small scale fight. You know, sub 30 players, a very big loss when you lose 3 people. We lose our POV as he jumps into a smoke cloud from the Hellion Hood. But the eastern side here, Cheer nearly lose a couple, but great defenses coming down. Are Cheer going to strike back? Our POV in a good spot. Defensive Bedrock Mace comes out to stop that engagement coming in any further. And Bears once again looking to strike. They do have some decent clumps appearing for them. Cheer just dragging this fight to the northwest side. Judy's coming down, multiple Judy's coming down. Playing for time here. Both sides will have their cooldowns up. There's that Great Arcane once again stopping the DPS from Bears, and that's going to be the Clarence that got shut down. RPOV now looking to strike with that air compress, and there it comes. Nighthelm's War popped though, so not many people actually affected by it. Back into that brawl scenario. Cheer now going to be looking to soak up the next engagement from Bears as their cooldowns are about to come in. Offensive inertia rings coming out by Bears as well, trying to naturally clump up this group. Judy down though for Cheer. They're going to be able to stay alive. Cheer looking for this air compress onto the backlines, waiting for these double blight staffs to go away, and they do go away. Surely the air compress comes out right. I would have said now, but
there it was.
Yeah, bit of a telegraph one that the permafrost came out a little bit too soon, unfortunately. So Bears instantly dropped their defensives on that clump, but Cheer lose one from that engagement. Then we nearly lost our POV as well, dropped down to a single bar of health. So it's both sides are losing members. It's not one-sided whatsoever. Bears.
If this has been going on like this for the last half hour, oh my god.
we're going to be coming in Saturday, and this fight will still be going.
Probably. By the way,
But
are we
look at
doing
this.
the Daily Show and news part about stuff today as well?
I mean, it depends how long this fight goes on for. I would like to keep bringing this fight. You know, there's no new news because we have covered already the CLC announcement and the Lethal Crystal League going away next season. There's nothing new to talk about yet.
All right. Okay.
So we'll stick with the action. We'll see how long it goes on for. If we have time, if we get to 45 and the fight's still going, then it is what it is. I think not many times we get to witness this smaller scale content on the War Report, and a lot of this small scale content doesn't actually get given the limelight on our shows whatsoever. So it's good to show it off, and it's very, very different, right? This fight has been going on for well over 30 minutes, and everyone's still in a healthy spot and still fighting. Compared to, you know, these big ZVZs with the bomb squads and everything, where we've saw like 100+ people die in under like 5 minutes, it's very different, and it shows a different side of combat in the world of Albion. But big engagement on the eastern side. Bears nearly lost 2, but they did lose 1. Are they going to strike back? Because Cheer are heavily stacked here on that northeast side. This would be the time to strike. Silences came out, but not enough DPS connecting. That Great Arcane once again shutting down Bears on their engagement. The air compressor is about to land here from our POV once he gets out of that stun. Could be a little bit too late, actually. Nighthelm's Orb preemptively popped. Yeah, that was going to be a nothing burger.
Do you think they have an advantage here, Bear, with the battle mount, or is that insignificant in that size fight, or is that actually a big impact here?
I would say a very big impact. You know, we talked about the ability to interrupt an engagement, but the big factor here is the laser beams that he just keeps stacking on people, right? That damage reduction is huge in this scale of fight. If you can reduce your enemy's DPS output, then it's gonna be something.
No,
I don't know.
that looked like he was gonna walk away there.
Yeah, I was wondering, we were about to switch POVs. I don't even know. Is Mouse back?
He is on a Grove Keeper, I think.
Okay. All right. This battle mount is about to get dismounted, actually, on the next... Oh, he's down right now. I don't know if that's going to get called out or not by our POV, but it looks like Cheer are heavily kiting up the road, trying to drag these guys through this tight choke point that's coming. Our POV gets fully engaged on, but he stays alive. Great arcane shield from the support players, keeping him alive. Those heals coming down as well for Cheer. Smoke bomb comes out, stopping the engagement. Bit of a brawl situation once again. Western side Bears nearly lose another one, but the heals are down. We're going to have to restock our POV as we did get kicked off. At least I did. Another
I'm
engagement
really
from both
surprised how
sides.
well everybody holds up here. I'm really surprised
Yeah.
how much people can stay alive. And if I contrast that to some of our faction warfare shows and some of the clumps and fights we saw earlier, it's really surprising how well you can defend if you have an opportunity to. Do you think it's because of lacking DPS or the amount of DPS, or is it just really good support players in this
Really
fight?
good support plays. I mean, like I mentioned, that Great Arcane is a huge factor in 20 versus 20s. We see it get utilized in large scale ZVZs, but because the area is kind of small, you can't stop like 100 people charging at you. But in this sub 30 versus 30, you can definitely like target the DPS because you can, looking at the screen here, you can see the Clarent Blades, and that's the people that you want to be shutting down on those engagements. So defensive players, Great Arcanes normally actually do tag and use the mark system to find their targets that they're looking for, and then they just sit on them. And that's what we've been seeing time and time again. These DPS players just getting instantly shut down when a clump gets made. The Great Arcane gets applied, and there it is again. Look, that's the Clarent Blades right there getting shut down. RPOV gets full engaged on. Smoke Bomb gets away. He's fine. And we're back into the brawl situation once again. And no one's actually died in the last 3 minutes, I believe.
Wow. Wow.
Yep. Oh, as I say, oh, no. Defenses are down. Bears members a little bit low, but they're going to make it out alive. That Great Arcane slams down into the middle of Bears as well. There was a second rotation there for Cheers DPS that would have been the time. Bedrock Mace in the middle interrupts any spell casting. The slows as well. Those are nurturing, slowing down the push here.
So how do you win this fight?
Movement.
Do you have to bait and engage and then hope that your counter works out?
I mean, so a play like this would have been huge. So what we just saw there was RPOV clumped the whole entire backline. So he got all the healers and the Innomatic staff players clumped and then smoke bombed, so they couldn't use any of their spells. And we saw Cheer's main force actually clump the frontline tanks to try and full engage on them. Unfortunately, there just wasn't enough DPS by the looks of it to secure those kills. But that's the sort of play, right? You try and split the Zerg in half. If you can force the healers to focus on themselves or force them out of the fight via, smoke bombing, silencing, all that jazz. And here we go again. Wow. Right? If they fully engaged onto the front line there, the members that were outside of that clump, they probably would have died. Because that whole entire group was just locked in place, smoke bomb, nothing that he could do.
It's noticeable how Kun is playing like on either off timer or he's trying to focus on the backline here. That's
yeah.
He gets a lot of clumps, but I think it's like let's engage front, and then he at the same time is responsible to.
So it worked there, right? That member of Bears did go down as RPOV was clumping that group that was to the south. So that disrupt the back line so the main Zerg can engage the front line tactic. Looks like it is in play here, and it is starting to work. Albeit maybe Cheer need 1 or 2 more DPSs or Pierces or something to start securing some of these kills onto those tanks.
I'm surprised by how much free space Kun has here.
Yeah, he's literally living for free in the backline.
How many people do you need to shut this down? Like, how can you afford to get rid of this backline nuisance? Or are you too busy trying to survive these, like, 6, 8, 10 person engagements there?
I think it's a little bit rough.
Oh, I think they're dispersing?
Yeah, I think Bears just called it. Maybe their OC is running out. I'm going to go quickly check to see if that was the case.